Good morning, my friends. Welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are all doing well. Let me fix this clock. I don't know why this is doing this. See if I can figure out how to even fix this clock. 1 second, my friends, and we'll get this show rolling. The show about nothing. I'm thinking of calling this the show about nothing. Look how well Seinfeld did. Current time. There we go. Whoa, I don't want that. Timer. There we go. Oh, there we go. Stream time. There we go. Well, 50 seconds. I guess that's good enough. Welcome, welcome, my friends. Hope you can hear me okay. So in this live episode, my friends, we're going to play a little video here of us driving to the biggest mall in Xalapa. We had to go see about some glasses. We had our eyes tested, and of course, just after I bought glasses, and I discovered that I need glasses, prescription glasses, not just these cheap dollar store, drugstore glasses. Let me check my volume, my friends, make sure everything is good. That I need glasses, prescription glasses. There we go, everything is great. Dollar store, drugstore glasses. Let me check my volume. Sounds good, sounds good. We're just going to fire this video up right now, my friends. We're not going to wait. Get the ball rolling. I think I have sound here even. I can't hear it, but I think there is sound there. Oh, yeah. I like that little tune. Oh, I can't get rid of it. Oh my God, shut up. There we go. So, anybody who's hopped on our live has seen this little bit before. We drive from our home, but we are going to a different area this time, so the footage will change as we go. Again, welcome, welcome, my friends. This is Coffee with a Gringo living in Veracruz. We are in Coatepec. And we also got some bad news that we have to move, apparently. So we were expecting that, though. Not a big deal. The lady that owns this house, well, her mother actually owns it, but she rents it off of her mother, and they are coming back from Canada, and we knew that they might possibly be coming back. We just didn't know when. And she did mention that she was thinking about getting an Airbnb and maybe staying there for a while and looking for another place to live because they really didn't like all the traffic here in Coatepec. So, but as it turns out, that plan fell through for them, and they're coming back at the end of the month. So, well, the end of February, I should say. So we have to look for a new place to live. Hey, welcome, welcome, Keith. Thanks for hopping on, my friend. I got a little bit of a sinus infection, so I'm a little bit stuffed up right now, but I have been taking medicine. I think I don't have a cold. I have a plugged up nose, and I think it's because of the mildew in the house. So, and I did find some mold in here that I have now cleaned. So I think that might have been part of it that gave me my sinus infection. So hopefully it clears up here. I don't like taking medicine for anything because I would rather do it natural and just let nature take its course. You start pumping your body full of medicine, and then you just require that medicine, you know, every time you get sick. So I kind of like to let my immune system take care of things for the most part. And if not, I like to do I prefer to do it the natural way, you know. So if I get sick or whatever, I'll research something, you know. Take something natural versus going to the drugstore. Don't get me wrong, I have taken drugs from the drugstore before, but I would rather not go that route if I don't have to. So I hate taking pills of any kind. I take vitamins and that's it. I don't like taking pills. Never have. I'm gonna have my coffee. Cheers, guys. Good morning, good morning. What's the temperature like where you are there, Keith? I was saying I'm thinking of calling my my live coffee the coffee break about nothing. Yeah, that's funny. Well, you know, as you write that stuff, you wonder because a lot of people are lazy, and do people actually read? I thought I'd just throw that in there. So yeah, good to know. So one person read it and commented. I've seen other YouTubers do polls on that about if people actually read the description of the videos, and I think it was about 50-50. I actually, if I remember correctly, it was actually more like 60-40, like 60% don't read it. So I guess you're one of the 40% that do. I mean, how accurate the poll is, God only knows, but every time I write those things, I wonder, does anybody actually ever read that? Oh, minus 21 with a wind chill in Edmonton. Yeah, it's not bad. It's 15 here. It rained all day yesterday. Like, we had rain all day yesterday. Rainy and cloudy, just like Vancouver, but not quite as cold. Perdoza, thank you so much for joining us. Check out Perdoza's channel, guys. He's got a great channel. Be sure to check it out. Help a brother out. Us little YouTubers, we need all the support we can get. Thumbs up, thank you, thank you. So I was just saying that we do have to move, and we're likely going to move to Xalapa. I'm thinking there's going to be more availability in the city, so we're likely going to move to Xalapa. Hopefully we'll find a place in central Xalapa, close to the city center. That's kind of what we're looking at. I have found a couple places to check out. Like, I met a guy online through a Facebook group, and he's got a small apartment. I love the location where he is. He's almost right in the center of the city, only a few blocks from the main square downtown. So he's in a great location, but the apartment is kind of small. That's the only thing. It's very quaint, but it's very small. It's like one room basically, and the bedroom is like open with a bookshelf in between the living room and the bedroom basically. So, but it's a cute little place. Yeah, you know, we have only been there a few times, so I don't know if you were on earlier, but we're driving to the mall right now. This is our first time going to the shopping mall, so we're gonna go check that out. We haven't been to any mall here at all, really. Well, we haven't. That's our first trip to any shopping mall, I believe. My memory is not like it used to be. Neither is my eyesight either, apparently, because I do need glasses. After I just bought these ones from... It's hard to find good glasses here. Like, you can get the cheap ones like we would buy back home at the dollar store, you know, which I don't mind those, but I break them and I lose them. And so we decided to buy some from Amazon. You get better quality from Amazon than the drugstore glasses. So these ones here are flexible. So I got 2 pairs of these, and the last time I had my eyes checked, they told me that I could keep wearing these drugstore glasses or dollar store glasses, Dollarama glasses, whatever you want to call them. So that's what I've been doing because it's just a small print. I can't read. But for driving in that, but I am noticing now, like when I take my glasses off, things are blurry. Like my little picture here that I'm looking at on the screen is blurry. I can't barely read any of the writing anymore at all. Even on my program here, it's way too small. And that chat window, well, forget that. I can't read that at all without my glasses. So both me and Jennifer went in and had our eyes tested. And we don't have a Costco membership. And it is cheaper to go to Costco. But we would rather not support the big box stores. So, I mean, we have here, like obviously I got these from Amazon. Sometimes it's almost impossible not to, you know. So, but we would rather try to support local as much as possible. So anyway, we went to the mall and we had our eyes tested, and Jennifer ordered new glasses. So hers are getting all scratched. So she got new glasses on order. We both had eye tests. They didn't charge us for the eye test because she bought her glasses there. So both of our eye tests were free. And as it turns out, I do need glasses, prescription glasses. So Jennifer's hesitant about ordering me glasses because I tend to break stuff and lose stuff. So we don't want to spend a pile of money on glasses if I'm going to break them or lose them. So we'll likely go to Costco for my glasses because they will be cheaper there. So when you're on a budget, I mean, you have to go where it is cheaper. So as much as we hate supporting Costco, but oh well, it is what it is. So yeah, Jalapa's I love it here. Like I was just gonna say that every time we go into Jalapa, we love it even more and more. You know, there's so many parks and it's just so green, and I really enjoy driving here. The driving is very pleasant to drive here. People are very courteous, I find here. You know, they're stopping and letting you in, and they just make room for everybody. Yeah, I can't stress enough how I enjoy driving here in the city of Jalapa, and even in our little town here. Throughout all of Veracruz, I find the driving is it's different. It really is. People are very courteous, I find. I can't say that enough.
Because you're overdressed.
Which is nice. It's very refreshing.
No, it's hot out.
You know, everyone's just, you know,
dressed.
Go ahead.
It's hot. You got this big winter
So
vest
that's really
on.
nice. It's really nice to see.
Vest.
It's winter material inside.
Yeah.
They make winter clothes out of this.
It's very thin.
Yeah,
White
well,
vest.
sometimes it's hard. Well, Walmart, yeah, it's hard here though
I'm saying
sometimes
it's hot
because
outside. It's warm
do you drive around all over looking for stuff, or do you just order it from Amazon? You know, that was our big issue when we first moved here.
Yes, and I
We
know,
did
but
kind of
we
go
have dogs.
Amazon crazy. It's hard to break old habits too, right? Like we would shop at Amazon back home, and
For now, we live his
you
life.
know, the quality is good at Amazon, right? Whereas a lot of times, and even back home in the stores, you know, the quality is not there, you know, for what you pay for. So, but we are getting better. We're not shopping at Amazon as much. And as far as Walmart, we definitely don't like going to Walmart or Costco. Like I say, we don't even have a Costco membership. We let it expire. I had issues with
Why are you aiming for them
Costco.
like that?
I was trying
Before
to move.
we
I was
left.
going to move, but I didn't want to
I won't
swerve
get
into the
into
other
it.
lane. I was going to go over that way.
Hey,
more.
Carrie, thanks for hopping on. Appreciate it.
Forgot about those fucking holes.
Hey. I'm thinking of calling this show About Nothing, the coffee show about nothing. Why do we have to have a topic? Like, look how well Seinfeld did, a show about nothing. I mean, I'm always going to play a driving video or some type of video in the background, so it's really not about nothing, but
Fucking lane, this fucking bus.
I just want to talk about, you know, what we did throughout the week and stuff like that. That's kind of what my Monday coffee thing is about, you know, what we did on the weekend, stuff that I'm not going to put in a video. If you want to get, you know, hop on and shoot the crap with me on a Monday morning, that's great. If not, I understand. No big deal. We all have lives to live. And I'm not perfect by any means, so I'm going to make mistakes, so I hope you can live with that.
Is he calm down now?
Panting still.
Yeah, like now that's what we're doing here too, Keith. Like we go to the butcher. Back in Merida, we were going to the grocery store. Well, we kind of did both. We were going to the butcher, we were going to the grocery store. You know, we were going to the local meat markets, but we tried to go to a Mexican chain grocery store. You know, like Soriana's versus there's Bodega here, which is actually just Walmart. It's Walmart brand. It's owned by Walmart, and it's Bodega. So it's like Mexican Walmart, but it's owned by Walmart. So we try not to go there. And
Well, not always. No, we go right
now,
back
since
down,
we've
we're
moved
not-
here, though, we've gotten a lot better
Well, when
on
we
all
start
that.
heading
We're just
towards
strictly,
that
we go to the
side
market,
of the city.
and then we go to, there's
We're going
a store that we
downtown,
really
yes,
like, a
we're
grocery chain
towards
here in
downtown.
Mexico called Cheddarari,
When we were
which
going
is
to
really,
the
really
Airbnb
nice.
before,
They're a nice store, really nice. It's kind of like,
is that mall
it's kind of like a Save-On, really,
city.
except for nicer.
We gotta
It's a
get
lot.
that,
It's more organized, and I find it cleaner than the Walmart or the other chain here. Soriana's is good too, which is another chain we will go to. But Cheddarari is not too far from the house, so for
Malls on the east side.
you know, like toilet paper and stuff like that, we go there. But all of our fruits and vegetables now, we just go to the market, and then the butcher, we go to the butcher. You know, we get all of our meat. And there's a guy that sells the chicken on the street corner. You know, there's a few places. There's one up by the butcher there, or by the market. He'll sell chicken on the corner, and then there's another lady down by the butcher across
You're
the street.
okay,
I've
my
seen her.
boy.
Like, there's a few of them that sell chicken on the corner. So, but we're gonna go. There's right out our door, basically. A guy sells it, so we'll support his business. So I'm just gonna read. Yeah, Loblaw. See, with it, they don't have Loblaw in Alberta. I like Save On Foods back in Canada. We would go to Save On, or Sobeys, sorry. Well, Save On or Sobeys. I hate Safeway. I found Safeway really expensive. But yeah, Save On Foods and Sobeys. There was a Sobeys by our house in Edmonton, so we shop there most of the time. And I really like Sobeys because Sobeys is old IGA, right? So you can't go wrong with the meat from there. But
I think this lane goes to like an off ramp, or turns into an off ramp or something.
yeah, that's same with me with Costco in when the world went south there. That's when I stopped going to Costco. We just let our membership expire. I think me and you are on the same page about a lot of stuff there, Keith. Yeah, Wally World, I mean, there's a lot of things about Wally World, you know. The electronics are good at Walmart, but I don't know.
Continue straight.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You can get really good deals at Walmart for electronics, but as far as going there for grocery shopping and that, I'd rather not.
Start thinking.
Keep left at the fork.
I remember.
We have, though, we find the Walmart, like when we were in Merida, the Walmart is really expensive for groceries. Really expensive. I don't know why, but we had gone there a few times, and then we just stopped going there because we found it really, really expensive. Location has a lot to do with it too, depending on where you live too, right? Like, do you want to drive all over the city, you know, to go to a store? You know, most people, I think they just go to whatever's close to their house, right? For the most part. I know we normally do. We just shop wherever it's close, you know, unless we really, really don't like the store. But yeah, I like the Walmart in Merida at the city center. It's a nice area because there's a lot around there. Like, you want to go out to eat, there's the Vips is there, and it's like an outdoor shopping mall, really. And then it's kind of enclosed too, like it's outdoor, indoor, so it's open, and then Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff in that area. It's the city center. There, it's actually nice there. I really like going there.
500 meters. Turn
Oh, I
right.
got volume from the media source here. Hope that's not playing any
500 meters.
noise. Are you getting noise from the video, or are you just getting noise from me? My media source on my app is telling me there's noise, but I didn't hear any.
Oh yeah, right up here where we
Yeah,
always
Jen
turn right.
hates no frills. Another one, Superstore. Yeah, don't care for Superstore. Right, Loblaw Superstore, right? Yeah, I don't care for Superstore. Don't care for that. My favorite one is Sobeys or Save On Foods back in Canada. That's my favorite grocery stores.
Turn right.
We like going to the city center in Merida though when we live there. Not just to go to Walmart though, but there's a lot around there. Oh, you hear the video too?
In 200.
That's no good. Could you hear us talking in the video? God, I hope not.
Continue straight.
Oh, yeah. You can get really good deals at Walmart for electronics, but as far as going there for grocery shopping and that, I'd rather not.
Keep left.
How's that? Is that better now? I thought I had turned the volume down on all of that whole thing. Oh, maybe because I turned it up for the beginning of the... Sorry about that, guys. So you just really got raw footage there. God, I hope I didn't swear too much because sometimes, you know, I really have a foul mouth sometimes. Good gravy. I didn't have Jennifer listening for me. Yeah, I just turned the volume off for the media source. I seen it was going and I'm like, okay. I just had it on for I wanted it on for the beginning of the video there because it had played that little song, but I thought I had muted the whole video though, so I thought it was just going to play the sound for that, and then that was it. Yeah, so as you can see, it was pretty cloudy this day here too. It's cloudy here more often than not. But we had a pretty good day this day. The sun did come out later on, but we spent most of it inside the mall, and then we went to the park right after. That was a video I dropped yesterday of us being in the park. So this is just a video from the weekend here of us driving to the shopping mall. And you have to pay for parking at this mall too, so you go there and it's gated, then you get your ticket. So that's common here in Mexico. In Merida, it's free parking everywhere though, but like in Mexico City, you got to pay for parking just to go to the grocery store. You got to pay for parking at the grocery store. I was shocked when I was there with Jorge and his dad, and we went to the grocery store, and I'm like, you got to pay for parking? Really? That's crazy. Yeah, you guys had some brutally cold weather for a while there, eh? But it's cleared up now. It's gotten a lot nicer. I mean, minus 21 is not bad for January weather. Yeah, it's pretty cheap parking. I mean, it's not very much. I don't know what we paid in the mall there. I didn't ask Jen, but I don't think it was very much. A couple of dollars, likely. I got Cece in the bedroom here with me. Usually he's out with his mom, but I don't know, lately he's been coming in the office with me. So, yeah, so here we're just arriving at the mall. Of course, the first thing you see is Sears. Sears is really big here in Mexico, I find. Almost every city that I've gone to, there's Sears everywhere. I think even here in the town, there's a Sears as well. Yeah, back to the Superstore No Frills. I see you like the prices. I had a friend that I worked with. He shopped there all the time. Jennifer didn't like it because she found it hard to find places or find stuff in there. Like, it's so big and stuff is spread out all over. You'd spend a half hour, 40 minutes walking around just looking for something. So that was a little bit annoying. One thing I liked about No Frills, though, is they, like you said, they had good deals on stuff, you know. But when we lived in Edmonton, there was one, but it was a little ways away. There was nothing close. So, like I say, we always would just go to the closest store that was, you know, convenient, right? So, yeah, so that's it here. We're leaving the mall now. So this is the main highway that runs right through Xalapa. So this would be the highway. If you drive into Xalapa, this would be the highway that you would come in on. Is this highway here, and it goes right through the city. It's actually quite a nice drive. It's not bad at all. And Xalapa is the same size as Edmonton. It's 1 million people. So it's a fair-sized city. And they have everything, you know, all the amenities you could ever want. You know, they got Costco, Sam's Club, VIP movie theater, you know, Boston Pizza, you know, all that stuff. Everything. It's quite a nice city. I like it. We haven't explored it too terribly much, so we have a lot of exploring to do. Which that'll come soon. As I said, we're probably going to be moving into Xalapa by the end of February here, so another thing I find here with the shopping malls, nothing is open until about 11 o'clock. Like, the mall is open at 10, but when we got there, it was after 10 and most of the shops were closed, you know. I noticed that in Merida too. You'd go to the mall and nothing's open till 11 or noon, even 12 o'clock. Some places you know. But I find it the same here when you're going out and about as back home in Edmonton. If you get out before noon, it's usually pretty quiet. And I find it the exact same here in Mexico. And Edmonton was the same. If you went to the mall before noon, it was usually pretty quiet with traffic, and the mall was quiet, you know, and it's the same here. People don't really get mobile till after lunch on the weekends, I guess. Which is nice because I like getting out early and exploring early. Thanks for hopping on, guys. Appreciate it. Cheers. Sorry about background volume earlier on in the video. I should have clued in right away when I looked at the media source on my program here, and it said that there was volume. I haven't had no breakfast yet, so I blame breakfast. Yeah, rush afternoon, yeah. There's a lot of traffic here. It's busy here, even in this little pueblo that we're in. There's a lot of traffic here. Lots of traffic. It's busy. As you can see, even here right now, it's not terribly busy, you know. And I think this is after lunch when we're leaving. Yeah, I believe it was definitely after lunch because we stayed at that mall for a couple hours. Yeah, just rush day. Yeah. All days rush hour. That's the way it was in Merida, it seemed. Merida, it seemed like it was super busy all the time. Pretty much. Sundays was quiet, though, I found. Sunday was a good day to drive, but not to go out to a restaurant or any place like that because they were super busy. So most people have Sundays off, and Sundays here in Mexico is family day, so that's when everybody goes to the beach and goes out, you know. Sundays are usually busy, but I found the traffic on Sundays in Merida area pretty quiet usually to drive around the city, especially in the morning. But it's way different driving here than in Merida, I'll tell you. Quite a bit different. Like I said, I enjoy driving here. I really, really do. Again, thanks guys for hopping on. Appreciate it. Every Monday I'll go live at 10 a.m. Sometimes I'm late getting going though. Usually about 5-10 minutes it seems. I'm on Mexican time. Yeah, that's one thing I liked about Edmonton was that Anthony Henday. That was the best thing they could have done was put that Anthony Henday in. They just have to teach people how to merge onto the Anthony Henday, that's all. I think that's a common problem worldwide though. We don't drive too much at nighttime here. Like we're going to the movies or whatever, you know, we're driving at night, but we're not, we're morning people, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong, we do drive at night. We go out to, you know, for dinners and whatnot, but As a rule, we're usually at home in the evening. We don't drive in the evening too terribly much. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you got that right, my friend. I think that's a problem worldwide, just like the signal lights. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, these row houses are pretty cool. When we drove by them, I was like, "Oh, check that out." Yeah, it's a shame. Merida is really bad. But in Merida, they have stop signs merging onto the Periferico. So the ring road, they've got a stop sign for you to enter onto the highway. Like I don't understand. So come to a complete stop and then try to get on. Not that anybody does, but they do have a stop sign there. So come to a complete stop and then try to merge on the highway with people going, 80 kilometers an hour or 100 kilometers an hour. Like it's just makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah, when it's icy, that's right. Go slow. One time when I was working at Sherlock Holmes, working not the graveyard shift, but working the evening shift, I got off at 1 and was heading home in the winter. I think it was like January or February or whatever it was. That was when I had my Ford Ranger and I hit black ice on the off ramp and I completely did a couple of 360s and off into the Tulies I went in the middle of the night. Luckily, my friend had happened to be driving by and I was walking down the Anthony Henday and he stopped and picked me up and gave me a ride home. It was cold out. Like I think it was like, I don't know, probably 30, minus 30 or something like that. So we had freezing rain. So yeah, coming down off the off ramp, I hit black ice and yeah. Just tired and not, I know better, right? Oh, that's a great idea. I like driving in the U.S. That's another place I really like driving. Yeah, I enjoyed driving in the U.S. Haven't done a lot of it, but we did a 3-week road trip through the U.S. and then we rented a car there one time when we were in Florida. We rented a Mustang convertible and drove around Florida for a week. But other than that, other than the 3-week road trip and the renting that car the one time, that's the only driving I've ever done there. But the 3-week road trip through the U.S. was, I really enjoyed it. And I like driving there. They got nice highways there, and I like the roadside turnouts that they have there compared to the crap that Canada has. We got all this land in Canada, and they can't even build a proper roadside turnout. The ones in the U.S. are really nice. They do it upright. Yeah, I would have to agree with you there, except for maybe not on ice, not in the snow. But depending where they are. Somebody just sent me a CFE bill. I have no idea why I got this and who this person is. I think maybe it was a mistake. Or maybe something Jennifer was dealing with. Oh yeah, yeah. It's crazy. Well, you hear a lot of Americans complain about how slow the Canadians drive, but it's the speed limit, right? You know. Yeah, I hear the traffic's gotten a little bit busier. Well, after we did that road trip to the U.S., I got back into Canada, and I'm like, oh my God, why are we going so slow? You really notice it after driving for 3 weeks in the U.S. and then get into Canada. It's just like, holy crap, we're moving like a turtle here. Yeah, I've never been to California. Jennifer has. I've never been there. Yeah, probably. I would say that's on the freeway. I think they even go faster. I find on Highway 2 between Calgary and Edmonton, though, they fly on that highway. If you're going 110 on the Highway 2 between Calgary and Edmonton, you'll get run off the road. Even a $120 is too slow for that highway. Yeah, you see that the speed limit is quite low here. Very low. I've noticed that. Like, you're hard pressed to get on a highway where the speed limit is 110. Usually the speed limit is 100 or less. And a lot of times it's less. Like a 4-lane highway, it's 90 kilometers an hour here in Mexico. That's been my experience so far anyway. I mean, the highway from Cancun to Merida is 110 for part of it. And I have seen some other highways where it's 110, but not very many. Not that we've experienced anyway. A lot of places is 100 kilometers an hour, and you're on a 4-lane highway and it's 100. You know, or 90. I've seen it 90. I've seen it 80. You know. Yeah, I find this. But not that anybody does those speeds and not that they enforce those speeds, but that's what they have posted. So, and then even in town, like I've seen in not a school zone or anything where it's like 20 kilometers an hour or 40 kilometers an hour. Like, and they have these massive topes everywhere, you know. So yeah, the speed here is really slow too. But like I said, not that everybody's driving slow and not that they enforce the rules, but that's what they have posted. Even slower than Canada, what they have posted here. What I've experienced anyway. I lost track of where we are in this video. I think we're just going to the park. Yeah, we're just arriving at the park here now. So that was a video I dropped yesterday with my spelling mistakes. Well, typos. I had a heck of a time with my program yesterday editing the videos. it was freezing up, and all day it was the whole editing process yesterday was just brutal. Like, if I had hair, I would have pulled my hair out. I was so frustrated. I sat at the computer for hours. Hey, crazy boy, thanks for joining the show about nothing. You can come have a chat with me and Keith. Don't let Keith dominate the chat. Yeah, that's me too. You know what I find, Keith, when I was living in Edmonton and we would drive to Calgary, I would go the speed limit, well, 10 over. So if it's 120, I'm going a buck 30 because I don't want the ticket because I need a clean driving record for my job. So, and I don't like getting speeding tickets. But coming home from Calgary, whole different scenario. I'm keeping up with the traffic. Whatever they're doing in the fast lane, that's what I'm doing. If they're going a buck 60, I'm going a buck 60 in the fast lane. So coming home was a total different ball of wax for some reason for me all the time. Every time I would go to Calgary, especially if I took Jennifer's car, if we were in the BMW, then for sure we were cruising coming home. My Buick, not so much, but I was still speeding, but in Jen's car, even faster. I don't know why that is every trip to Calgary, I was coming home, it was like pedal to the metal. Whatever the fast lane was doing, that's what I was doing. And I always would get behind the guy that was, going super fast, so he's getting a ticket before me. And luckily, knock on wood, I've never had a lot of tickets back home. So I had a few photo radars, but not too many. I was never a speed demon, though. I was not one for going like super fast. Even when I had my street bike, speed kills. Oh, really? Because I've seen people go way faster than 130. Way faster. 150, yeah. Coming on that Calgary highway, I've traveled 130 lots, and people are flying by you standing still every time I would take that highway. And coming home from there, yeah, wow. Yeah, 150. Yeah, even 160 I've seen. But I've traveled at 150 just about all the way home from Calgary more than once. Yeah, I didn't take that highway very often either. We didn't go to Calgary very much, but once in a while. But usually coming home, yeah, 140, 150 all the way home. All the way, pretty well. Slow down a little bit once in a while when you get behind a few people going slow, but for the most part, yeah, she was pedal to the metal coming home. Well, cheers to you guys. Thanks for hopping on. Greatly appreciate it. What's going on there, crazy boy? Where are you watching from? I can't remember if you told me. I got a terrible memory. Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with the frickin' photo radar that they have in Canada, though. And people don't want to get tickets, so they just go super slow. I've always been a 10 kilometer over the speed limit type of guy. So even in town, I mean, depending on the road conditions, obviously, and depending, if I'm in a school zone or, depending on conditions and area. But for the most part, I've always been 10 kilometers over. If it's 50, I'm going 60. If it's 60, I'm going 70. And like I said, depending on road conditions in the area. School zones, obviously, I don't speed in, but yeah, I've always been 10 kilometers over type guy. I want to get to where I'm going. I don't want to waste no time. It's bad enough we got to be behind the wheel of a car. I got better things to do with my life than to drive there. I wish we could just snap our finger and poof, we were there. Wouldn't that be fabulous? Oh, absolutely, I'm sure it does, right? People don't want to get the speeding tickets, right? I've not seen a lot of radar here in Mexico in my travels. Apparently it is here, but I have not seen it. I have not seen any photo radar. I've not seen the police doing radar. They do stop checks. That's one thing. I do see that in Merida and the beach areas and that. They do sobriety checks, especially on the weekend and holidays and that. But as far as radar, not seen it. Not yet, anyway. I mean, we've driven all over here for 2 years pretty well, like we've driven lots, all over the Yucatan. Not just Merida, like the Yucatan Peninsula, we've driven all over there, and drove to San Cristobal and Chiapas and, drove here and, we've driven lots and I've never seen photo radar. So I know it's here. People tell me it's here, but I've yet to see it. You don't see a lot of police pulling over people. Like I don't see it. I have, don't get me wrong, I've seen them have people pulled over, but it's not as frequent as what I've seen it in Canada, and especially with the photo radar, I just have not seen it. I think we lost Crazy Boy. Yeah, I never drove on Fort Road too terribly much. Once in a while. Yeah, I just want to get to my destination. I don't want to mess around, But like I said, I drive according to the road conditions, and I'm 10 over. The odd time I get behind someone who's going fast, I maybe will go a little bit faster, but let them get the speeding ticket first. But I like driving. I enjoy driving. I enjoy road trips. Even in the city, I don't mind driving in the cities. You get used to it, right? Like anything else, the more you do it, the better you get, right? So driving is freedom. I don't know how people can live without a vehicle. I really don't. Like I don't want that type of life where I'm without a vehicle. If I lived in Asia or something, I might not have a car, but I'd still have a scooter or a motorbike or something, right? I'd have some type of mode of transportation. But as far as living without a vehicle, yeah, no way. I don't want to rely on a bus. I don't want to rely on public transportation. I want to go somewhere. I want to just have the freedom to go out my door, start my car, get in my car and drive somewhere and see the world. I don't want to have to rely on public transportation to see the world, or pay someone to drive. And I'm a lot like my father when it comes to being a passenger. I'm a terrible passenger. I want to have control of the vehicle. I don't want to be I don't want to be in the back seat while someone else is driving, because there's a lot of bad drivers out there. Lots of bad drivers. Yeah, if I lived in Asia, I would definitely have a scooter. I would have some mode of transportation. There's no doubt about that. This is a really nice drive going into Coatepec from Xalapa. Really nice drive. Even when it's cloudy, it's still a nice drive. How come you're at home today, Keith? Are you not working, or what? Are you retired? Can't remember if we've had this conversation. I know most of my subscribers are all old people like me. According to YouTube analytics, anyway. Oh, that's nice. So you're really supposed to be working, but you're on YouTube chatting with me. Nice, perfect. Getting paid for it. Nice. Don't tell me you have a government job too. You see these guys quite often, so it's the ambulance drivers, so medical industry, and they're out taking donations on the way home. They're there quite a bit, actually. They got their ambulance parked off on the side of the road there, and then they're just taking donations. Well, I'm glad that you're off and joined me for my live stream. I know how those government jobs are. I had one. When I went from the private sector to a government job, I was like, oh my God, is this my life now? I had a pretty good gig there, so I like my job that I had in Alberta. I really did. I enjoyed it. Well, I think it's for the industry, right? Just like any other service that would take donations, They probably put it towards, buying equipment, buying fuel, buying whatever, right? I've never really asked what they do with it, but I'm sure that's what they use it for. And they're out there all the time. We'll usually give them change if we have change when we go by. Not always, but we have before. I said they're there all the time, so that, and then the street performers. But you don't see, not there, you don't see street performers, but at that particular spot, you'll always see the ambulance guys there always. And they're on both sides, so there's like 4 of them out there. You know, there's 2 guys for each way. So they get both lanes. And a lot of people do give them money too. You see lots of people give them money. So I'm getting messages now. I was looking for a place to live here. So people are starting to reply back. I've responded to a few ads. I'm noticing here a lot of places are not furnished. Whereas in the Yucatan, it was the opposite. Every place that you found was they were all furnished. And here I'm finding a lot of places that are not furnished. So, and I don't know why that is. I would have thought it would have been the other way around, because this is a college university city, so there's a lot of people going to college and university, you know, young people, you know, so I thought there would be a lot of places that are furnished, but I'm finding a lot of places with no furniture. And the rent is definitely cheaper here than in Merida, that's for sure. Quite a bit cheaper. Yeah, we haven't gone to this plaza yet either, and we drive by it all the time. And also on a side note, the plaza we were at yesterday, it's the biggest mall in Xalapa here, or on Saturday I should say. It is pet friendly as well, so, and I didn't realize that. I thought that we would have to leave Cece in the car. So, and he's okay with that. It's not really hot here, so it's all right leaving him in the car. He just lays down and goes to sleep. We bring his blanket, and, you know, it's not like we leave him in the car for hours or anything, but, you know, we run in for 15, 20 minutes to the store, half hour, you know, to do a quick shopping, and we'll leave him in the car. It's cool enough here. It's not an issue. You know, definitely would not do that in Merida. But here it's okay. Like I said, it's only it's 15 degrees, you know, or cooler. You know, I mean, if it was hot and sunny, I wouldn't be leaving him in the car. But I thought we would have to leave him in the car on Saturday, but the mall was pet friendly, so that was nice. So what do you do remotely there, my friend? What is your job title? Are you looking for anybody? I need a part-time job. YouTube's not cutting it. I might have to take on a job so I can earn a little bit of money. That was always my plan anyway, to eventually look for something part-time online, so Jen can reduce her hours and whatnot. And keep me busy too, something to do, you know. There's a lot of online jobs a guy can do. They don't pay that great, but I don't need to make a lot of money though. So that's it, guys. We're just about back to the house. The road trip is coming to an end. As soon as the video is over, we'll shut her down, my friends. We'll just keep this short and sweet, like always. Thanks for stopping in. I gotta go have some breakfast after this. Cheers. Just coffee, no alcohol. Coffee and water. I said I got a little bit of a sinus infection. Hopefully it clears up. But I'm pretty sure it's from the mildew, and we had a little bit of mold in the house here that I got rid of. It's more humid here than it is in Merida. A lot more humid here. We're in a rainforest here, so the humidity is always pretty high. I was reading, a lady had commented that she lived here in Xalapa or Coatepec, and they had a small dog, and their dog got skin infection from the humidity. Got some type of rash or something from the humidity here. And she was saying, like, even your bed, it feels like it's damp when you crawl into bed because it's so humid here, and nothing dries unless you got a dryer. Like, you can put stuff outside unless if it's really sunny that day, then yeah, it'll dry, but it takes forever to dry anything. You have a shower and your towel's wet, everything's damp all the time, your bed feels damp, you know. It's very, very humid here, very, very humid. So that was a little bit concerning anyway when I read that about her dog. They said they moved to a drier climate because of the dog. So I don't know the whole story. You see that guy flashed his lights there, eh? So you're saying thank you. Yeah, you'll notice when you watch my driving videos, you can see how courteous everybody is here driving. Very, very courteous. And like I said, a lot of the intersections are 1-and-1. You know, it's treated like a 4-way stop or a 2-way stop, right? So, and here too, they, like I notice in Merida, they'll block the intersection, right? Here they don't do that. So if they do, they're getting honked at. Whereas in Merida, you know, if they have to stop, they'll stop in the intersection and just block the intersection. And they don't do that here. So the driving habits are a lot different here in Veracruz. A lot different. That's been my experience anyway, between driving and from there and here. Welcome everybody, welcome, welcome. Coffee with a Gringo, the show about nothing. Every Monday morning I'll be here, rain or shine. Pretty much anyway. So Monday is my live coffee with just me. Wednesday, Jennifer and I go live in the evening. And then Friday we drop our normal video, 4K video. And then Sunday is our unedited, unscripted video with lots of mistakes. And my live on Monday morning has mistakes as well. That's how you know we're human. We make mistakes. I'm going to miss living in this little town, though, I'll tell you. So if you're just joining us, we do have to move. We are moving from Coatepec, and we will likely move to Xalapa, to the city, and we're going to try to move to the center of the city somewhere. And my eyesight has gotten so bad that I do need prescription glasses now, so that's our big news for the week. Other than that, everybody's good. The dog's good. I got a little bit of a stuffed up nose, but I got some spray that I'm using. So it's not too bad right now. Yeah, I'm gonna miss living here anyway. I hope we get into a good location where we can walk everywhere like we do here. We hardly drive the car anymore, which is nice. We put gas in the car once since we've moved here. Once. And we've been here almost 2 months. So that's pretty darn good. We walk everywhere. Even in the rain we walk. Jennifer walked to the store yesterday to pick up a few things in the rain. We're not made of sugar. We'll walk in the rain. And it rained all day yesterday. Cece didn't want to walk yesterday, though. He went outside and he looked. He's like, no way. He did his business in the backyard, and that was it. Back in the house he came. Yeah, thanks for hopping in, Keith. Appreciate it. We're just about done here anyway. Have a good day, brother. See you next Monday if you're around. God bless you and your family. Drive safe. Appreciate your feedback, my friend. Truly appreciate it. Stay warm. So if you don't know, Keith is from Edmonton. I don't know him personally, but that's where we are from, Edmonton. Hasta luego, mi amigo. So we have a little bit in common. We're both from the same city. So he's always got lots to say, which I like that. Sometimes I have too much to say, maybe. We're just about done here anyway, guys. Thanks again for stopping in. Greatly appreciate it. We're just about at the end of our route here. Yeah, 4 minutes left, my friends, and that's it. We're going to sign out. Thanks again for hopping on. Really appreciate it. We're just going by a little strip mall here to the left, coming up to a traffic circle. So this is the main drag right in Coatepec that goes through the little town. So this will be the highway that takes you in and out of town right here that we're on. You see the guy selling some wooden furniture to the side there off to the left. And there's a place up here to the right that has some delicious rotisserie chicken, some street chicken, barbecued, cooked over the wood flame, which is absolutely delicious. Looks like, yeah, you can see the oven right there. Yeah, we stopped right in front of this place for a minute to let the girls cross. I think he might be closed right there, though. He might be closed up. Opens in the afternoon and the evenings. A lot of times it's almost cheaper just to go out and buy street food versus going to the grocery store. We went out the other day and there's a guy, he has a cart set up in front of the OXXO station and he makes hamburgers and hot dogs. And we don't normally eat a lot of that stuff very often, even back home we never did, but once in a while. So Jennifer was craving a hamburger, so we wanted to go there and support his business. So we went there and had a hamburger. It was pretty good. Jennifer didn't like it. It was too much stuff on it. Other than that, it was good. I enjoyed it. But he put a big pile of cheese on it. Like, I'm talking, he grabbed a handful of cheese and then they like their condiments. There was a lot of sauce and yeah, it was pretty cheesy. It was good, but next time I would get it without the cheese, I think, because it was too much. Like, it was like this thick. Like, seriously, it was like a big gob of cheese. So right here at this OXXO station coming up, he sets up there. He's there every day unless it's raining. And then he fries up hot dogs and hamburgers. Got a little food cart. I think it was $3.50 for the hamburger Canadian, so you can do the math on that for you Americanos that are watching, if there's any Americanos watching. I mean, it's not like, wow, oh my God, that's such a great deal. Cheaper than back home, I'm sure, but $3.50 for a hamburger. It was pretty loaded, right? There was a lot of stuff on it. Probably $2 worth of cheese just to put on a hamburger. There was a lot of cheese. And even here, cheese is not cheap, so. Yeah, cheese is probably about on par for back home. There's really not much difference in the cheese prices. There are a lot of items that are, well, I shouldn't say that because I don't know how much the prices have risen back home, but I don't think there is a lot of items where the price is not going to vary too much, and cheese is one of those items, I think. It might be a little bit cheaper, might be a little bit more, but there won't be much of a difference. So that's it, guys. We got to move out of this Pravada gated community that we are living in. And like I said, we're going to move to Xalapa, probably the city center, which is good, I guess. Explore a new area. So we got another month here, so we'll get as much in as we can. And we're only going to be 25-30 minutes from Coatepec, so we'll be back here visiting, going through the town and whatnot. So not a big deal. And we knew that we would probably have to move, so thanks for watching, chicos. God bless everybody out there. Adios, hasta luego. God bless you all. I'm signing out. Gonna go have some breakfast. Enjoy your day. I know I will. I gotta get out of the house here.